Usually it takes me like 5 minutes to get going with these. Well, 10, if we're lucky. But welcome. Night 7, one full week of the road to the showdown. Done and dusted after tonight, and it's a stacked lineup of bouts heading your way, as we will be heading into 4 Joshi bouts. How's it going? I've got energy today, so it's going to be a little bit more of a standard broadcast, but I'm going to keep it a little light and breezy, as you do. Let's run down the card for tonight as well. We kick things off with the Gold League in action, as the original El Grande Americano goes toe-to-toe with Brock Lesnar. Afterwards, it's a little switch over to the women as the Green League in action, as we will be seeing Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, and if Bliss wins, that's another 3-point star in this division. Then we stay with the women as Blake Monroe, Becky Lynch gets us set for our main event. It is the Shield colliding Roman Reigns as well as Brock Lesnar going tete-a-tete. So let us just jump into our opener for the night. Rocky B, El Grande Americano, 1-on-1. Who walks away victorious? Well, we're going to find out as we send it to the ring to kick off tonight's action. Olay.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from the Gulf of America, weighing in at 202 pounds, the original El Grande Americano.
At least one of their O's has to go, as both men suffered losses in round number 1. They are now looking to get onto winning ways. Shawn Michaels' sweet chin music Brock into oblivion in the opening round, and well, Lesnar a little bit angered up. He's not really found his footing here in IPW. As for the original El Grande, he's had a very interesting period of time in IPW. A loss in round 1 to the former Undisputed World Champion set them up for this one. As Lesnar looks ready to go here tonight. The Pyro.
And his opponent from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 286 pounds, Brock Lesnar.
This Lesnar jacked up to the 9s, looking ready to pounce. He circles his prey, who's exited the ring and in fact has disappeared. I just need to point that out. El Grande Americano has gone AWOL. As the Beast Incarnate looks ready to pounce. A little early on the Pyro, but hey, it is what it is. Brock Lesnar, there he is. There's OG El Grande. a tough matchup here for El Grande Americano. Standing opposite a beast who is losing his mind. The crowd rightfully chanting Suplex City. With these two in the ring, you can expect to see some bodies being tossed about. That's the first collar and elbow working in the favor of El Grande, but the cheap shot from Brock gonna change that tune. And well, Suplex City is opening its doors early as Brock unleashes a German. Grande soars though after getting back up. A nice moonsault followed with a pin. He's looking to continue the pressure here onto Brock. Lesnar though, a nice reversal. Mounting now some punches onto the mask of El Grande. Unprotected, other than maybe that steel plate in the skull of El Grande. Well, them punches did damage early. The turnbuckle pad gonna exceed the damage threshold needed to bust open El Grande. Mr. Americano up and down head scissor takedown, causing Brock some damage. Now forcing the Beast to roll out to ringside. Ankle picked. Not going to turn it into an ankle lock. Instead, just mounting pressure to knee and leg of the Beast. You have to expect El Grande will look to opt for that ankle lock when he gets to the wire. Brock, though, we know he can bring out submissions of his own to Kimura. But what's more, he also has the power game as a couple of big power bombs make it 3 in a row from the Beast. Now, stretch muffler applied. Lesnar trying to tap out on the outside. El Grande, but not going to pay out because you cannot win on the outside. A count of 6 here. As the crowd count for the knees to the head. Lesnar and El Grande need to make it back in, and well, Lesnar's going to return OG El Grande. And now what's he got in mind? Oh, he was looking to hook up El Grande there, but no, he's not going to get it. Instead, the ankle picked once more here by El Grande Americano, who looks for the pin. Is this enough for the win? The answer is no, because Brock has been pretty dominant so far in this affair. Lesnar fights out the grasp of El Grande, hooks him up, why not, tosses him over the head with another German. We're 2 for 2 in terms of executed and achieved Germans. Make it 3 for 3 as Lesnar uncorks another. We might see a Chaos Theory out from El Grande, but that's a different question as there's another. Maybe this is what's been missing out of Lesnar's winning winning formula is Suplex City. He's failed to get a flurry of suplex going, and now he is just uncorking suplex after a suplex onto his opponent. And well, no F5 needed, just Germans and Germans utilized against El Grande to give Lesnar the dub. And that gets the Beast onto 3 points here tonight. El Grande still stuck on 0.
Here is your winner, Brock Lesnar.
This is probably the first time we've heard Lesnar's theme played in victory. It's a deserved one. Here tonight, he made quick work of the original El Grande Americano. What's not probably going to be quick work is our next bout, as we take a trip to the Green Division. Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss. Who walks out with the 3? Or who walks away with nothing? Or 1 or 2 points, who knows? The point split, it could be massive. But yes, this division that we're going to see right now, it's an interesting one. Because there's a lot on the line. And that's what makes this interesting. So let's send it to the ring. A win as we let the Wub Wubs begin for Bliss. Ties Morgan in the standings.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Columbus, Ohio, Alexa Bliss.
In round 1 of the Road to the Showdown in 2025, Alexa and Liv battled it out. Alexa fell short to Morgan. And tonight she looks for some revenge, hoping to beat Liv. Both ladies since last year's tournament have held gold in IPW. The recent being the Prospects Championship for Alexa.
And her opponent, representing the Judgment Day from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan.
As for Liv, the longest reigning Ruby Belt holder in IPW history. The second, well, only 2 women have held that championship. No, 3 have. Tell a lie. Morgan the first, though, winning last year's tournament. A repeat of that could be on the cards if Liv keeps the momentum rolling. To do that, she needs to beat Alexa once again as we get underway with our Green League bout. Tie up to start things off with Morgan overpowering Bliss. 2 little firecrackers here. Both quite small in stature, but powerful and very innovative in their styles. Liv hooks Bliss up, and well, she goes to this maneuver quite a lot. Tres amigos. Why not the little Eddie taunt afterwards? Morgan getting the early aggression going against Bliss, but Alexa a little fight back as we tie up once again. And this time it's Bliss overpowering Liv into the corner. Clean break, but Bliss the first to strike after said break. Charges in, dropkick gonna go awry. And Morgan, now she begins to unload. And foiling the offense. Bliss firing back with a nice combo, ending with a stiff right that drops Liv in the center of the ring. Morgan trading positions with Bliss here between as these two start to get the big fight feeling. No love loss, it seems, between them. Alexa waiting for Liv to rise to her feet, but it's costly. It gives Morgan a chance to fight back, get up, and strike while the iron is hot. This time overpowering Alexa into the ropes. Will we get a clean break? The answer's no, as Morgan happily uncorking some stiff rights into Alexa. Straight, sleeper neck breaker there from Bliss. Costly though, because she cannot connect with the splash. As Morgan firing back, puts Alexa in the corner. Tries to scoop her up, but Alexa's not having it. Instead, it's Bliss. Lying in wait, tries to drop the insult. But Morgan does not allow it. Instead, a code breaker connecting. As Alexa now in trouble for a little oblivion. Planted center of the ring. Cover for Liv Morgan. 2 through Nurley. A big kick out there by Alexa to stave off the danger. She can't follow it up though, can Morgan, and in fact it's given Bliss a chance. 1 and a kick out. But Alexa now has a dominant position over Liv for the foreseeable. A win for Alexa in this tournament, or this matchup, as we said, would get her to 3 points. Morgan already sitting on 3 in this green division. The splash gonna not connect for Bliss. Instead, it's Liv who gets the knees up and gets them up again to deliver a drop kick. Bliss in trouble as Morgan around the world. Oh, tries to land the boots to the spine, but cannot do so. And because of that, Alexa unloads. Only for a moment, though, as she's caught. Oh, with a drop kick. Morgan uncorking. Another big stiff shot, and now looks to fly. Can Alexa respond? The answer is yes. Powers through to deliver a scoop slam off of Liv's high-flying antics. Costly mistake that could get Alexa back into this matchup. So far, every time Alexa has tried to go for that insult to injury, it has not worked out for her. Maybe tonight it's a different story, as another scoop slam attempt not going to work out for the aggressor. And that's going to result in a divorce driver from Liv Morgan. Keep your eyes on Bliss. Fires up to her feet, avoids the drop kick. And now has Liv in a dangerous position. Hooks her up and is going to try and spike her with a Sister Abigail, but Morgan avoids with a face buster. Stomp goes awry though for Morgan, but the drop kick doesn't for Bliss. Alexa kicks down low. Vicious strikes in the knee, followed up with a drop kick to put Morgan down. Alexa drags her away from the bottom rope, but it's not gonna work out, because she eats an oblivion, and Bliss is down for the count. 2, no. Still fight. Ah, what is that? We're still fighting Alexa, but now she's in the brutalizer. A little bit of supernova, I guess it was. I hit a button clearly that I didn't mean to. Let's just get rid of the button option. Alexa ascends to the high rent district. Not gonna fly, instead hops down to instead unload onto Morgan with a stiff combo. Liv crawls to the corner, gets to some safety, but it's a bad idea because it gives Alexa a chance to scoop slum her. Down for the count, and nearly the 3. What's Alexa thinking here? Around the world she goes. Heads up top and gets there. Tries to launch into the missile dropkick, but Morgan, too shallow, means that shot does not work for Alexa, and instead it gives Morgan a chance to strike. Liv calling Bliss up to her feet, ready to launch the double knees with that code breaker. And Morgan, not done, ascends once more, this time to launch into the splash that she connects so eloquently with. And that is enough to get the 3. The 3 count as well as the 3 points head to Liv Morgan after this one. And that gives Liv firm control over the green division. No one, and I mean no one, fits on 6 bar her.
Here is your winner, Liv Morgan!
Which means Liv is continuing her conquest in the road to the showdown. She wants the 2-peat here tonight, and well, after now only 5 more bouts. Can she do that? Well, a woman who could also do the exact same thing is about to take to the ring in your co-main event as the last kicker, Big Time Bex, currently sitting on 3 points, may look to join her on that total. But I'm getting word that Becky is undergone some kind of an issue, really, forcing change to how she looks and feels. I don't get what that means, but basically it's not the normal Becky that we expect to compete. Well, let's just see what that means as we get ready to send it to the ring. Oh jeez, it's taking a little longer than expected. But yes. It is Blake Monroe versus the man Becky Lynch. We'll send it to the ring for your co-main event.
Glamour is forever.
out first is someone so beautiful, so eloquent, you could call her glamorous. And diamonds are certainly forever in her eyes. A close loss to Nia Jax in round 1 almost gave the Glamour her first taste of victory in this tournament.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from London, England, Blake Monroe.
Unfortunately, it didn't work out for her. Tonight, I'd say a harder challenge sits in front of the Glamour, as the ruby belt holder stands opposite her. A woman who was victorious in round 1. And this isn't the normal Becky theme. In fact, she's gliding down from the ceiling, wings attached.
Her opponent from Day7, the women's prestigious world champion, Becky Lynch and Lilith.
Well, tonight, the last kicker, now known as a siren, bringing the belt from the borderlands. Becky looks to soar and take down, rise from the ashes to beat the Glamour. You could describe Lynch as a, whoa, is that beautiful backflip executed to perfection, but you can describe her as a vault hunter, looking, searching for the vault to claim its treasure. That treasure is a showdown finals, winning it all. The crowd behind Becky here tonight. They should be, as she's off to a quick start, launching offense into Monroe straight out the gates. Glamour, though, on the offensive as well, gets caught. Becky, seatbelt into the pin, hooking up Monroe for a 2. Blake, beautiful drop kick as ever. That's her fight back. That's her counter action. She gets caught here taunting. However, a stiff headbutt gonna stop any form of offense coming out from Becky. No knee. No worries though. It's the last kicker drops one leg. Why not a second, babe? That's why it misses. And Monroe punishes. The early goings in favor of Blake Monroe here. Certainly good for her, but we saw that against Nia Jax, where she was in an advantageous position. She just could not get the job done against Nia. That one-legged powerbomb, a prolific weapon that saw Jax overpower Monroe. Now, as it stands, Nia, last night losing to Charlotte Flair, means that she got stuck on 3. These two, well, if Blake is to win, will both be stuck on 3 points. And that is kind of what Monroe wants. You keep the distance close between stars, and while your chances of qualifying, it stays within reach. And you certainly look at Becky as a favorite to win this bracket, this division, as the Ruby Belt holder. And anyone that's really able to beat her does warrant or put themselves in title contention. However, the question is, obviously, brands. Because this tournament is cross-brand, everyone versus anyone, the chances of these matches happening again as a roll-up here for Monroe gets reversed and kicked out of. Clamor. Des Perez into some punches, mounting offense onto Lynch. And Lynch has looked a little out of it in this one. She's been pummeled early. We do know the man can and will deliver some heavy offense if she's given a chance to. But right now, she's not. The knee caught. She stops Monroe's big strike. Now she can strike. Never mind, no scoop slam instead. Scorpion death drop from Monroe. We're either hoping for a manhandle slam or a glamour shot to end this match, but the frog splash, not something that I had in mind from Monroe in particular. But it's what she utilizes there. Granted, it doesn't work out. Instead, she's caught. Disarmer applied by Lynch. The hole broken by Blake. And there it is. Man, handle, slam. Down goes Monroe for the 3. 1, 2. Ooh, nearly. Blake getting caught once more. She got to her feet and Lynch just happy to punish, prod, and destroy Blake in this affair. That being said, Lynch took too long and Monroe capitalizes, tossing her off the top. And now, what does Monroe have in mind? That's probably not what she had thought about. Getting caught, Saito, by Lynch. What's Becky gonna do here? Lying in wait. Big man Kevin counts. I thought for a second Lynch was gonna go suicide diving. Instead, just walks out to ringside and coils a stiff shot. That stiff shot costly as another headbutt connects here for Monroe. 3 on the night, and you've got to feel that's going to do some brain damage to both ladies. Oh, big knee. Monroe connects. Now working the arm of Becky. Kick down south. Blake with the glamour shot. Connecting and covering Lynch. 1, 2. Kick out by Becky to stay alive in this one. But the glamour, unrelenting, busts open Becky, making sure she knows she's in for a fight of her life. Big dropkick working for Monroe once again. Uncorking that shot and then now hooking up Lynch. Arms caught and the knee to the face. Good night, Lynch. The glamour is on the board. with it, this division, it's close and hard to predict. The only thing's for certain, though, is that glamour is forever after hitting this big knee. Good night to Lynch. She gets her lights put out. And Monroe gets the dub.
Here is your winner, Monroe.
All that can be said is, does this warrant Blake getting a title shot? Obviously, she's a primetime star, but Breakdown would love to have her in their ranks. That we would have to see, but for now, it's main event time. As the Shield collide. Reigns, Rollins in the Pink League. And I know one thing, and one thing only. Only one of these two can win. So, with that in mind, main event time. And while we're sending it to the ring, I've had a word, or I've heard rumors that this is going to be a battle of the entrances. Who wants the longer entrance? Fire burning for Seth.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 225 pounds, Seth freaking Rollins.
As the crowd serenades him to the ring. Rollins, as always, the visionary, sees his success. And it's interesting to talk about this matchup, as both men enter on 0 points. Not where they're expected to be heading into tonight. Rollins unsuccessful against Oberfemi in round 1. Roman in a instant classic with the ring general, unsuccessful there. So one of them tonight looks to open their tab and start scoring in this tournament. Roman, we know, wants to find his former success.
And his opponent from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the OTC, Roman Reigns.
Well, we've just blown the pyro budget on Reigns' entrance yet again. The slow walk begins for the tribal chief. Reigns, it was a force to be reckoned with last year, overcoming a lot of odds, not odds, but competition to make it to the main event. And this time, the same odds stand in front of him, but he is yet to cash in. Success for both these men has kind of always been in their picture. But the slow start is costly. And that means that their time in this tournament may be shorter than expected. Crowd throws up the one. For their tribal chief. Acknowledging his presence. But now it's game time. The crowd cheering for Reigns. As we get the main event underway, the Shield collide here tonight with Big Man Gregathy having to maintain decorum in the ring. Rollins misses his first shot. Reigns does not. Will that be the story of this matchup? Is Roman unloading unrelenting shots and Rollins falling short? Currently the answer is yes, as 2 shots have gone awry for Rollins and he is receiving heavy punishment early. Sit out powerbomb from Reigns. Gives me a dragon screw ending though. Rollins now seizing an opportunity. Both men very much yin and yang in their gears. Reigns in the black, Rollins in the white. Their careers entwined from the beginning as these two fated to battle for centuries. Eons even. Rollins and Reigns, both former IPW World Champions. Reigns, the more successful of the two in that department. His success came after the showdown last year in 25. Rollins before the entire tournament. And you have to feel that both men want to return to the mountaintop. A new, prettier picture there with the new champion, Kazuchika Okada, seizing control of that division. Taking Cody Rhodes out of it is certainly a huge thing. However, in this tournament, Cody is a big threat. Currently sitting atop of his division on his own, especially after tonight where Lesnar picked up a win. The other man atop of the division, Shawn Michaels. He won't be in the ring until round 3, but tomorrow night, just looking at the Men's Gold League, a chance for, well, neither man to join those two atop of it. As well, you can kind of figure out who's left to battle in this round. purely based on previous matches over the last 3 days. But that's gonna come after this as a Superman punch unfoiled by Reigns, connecting flush onto Rollins. He goes for the cover, but Seth's able to kick out. Rollins a sling bait. His fight back coming. Moonsault follows it up. Rollins looking to up the pace of this matchup. A smart idea against Roman. As Reigns likes his slow, methodical pace. It could be costly though for Rollins, because one misstep, one trip up gives the tribal chief back control. However, Rollins flies and connects. He is not missing his beats, and he is perfect in execution as the stomp caught. Perfect until the end. And that's gonna cost you, because it's time for a little ooh-ah. Spear meets knee. And both men fail on the finish. One and a kick out. Rollins not slowing down. The finishers might not have worked. The SIGs do, though. Pedigree connects, but Roman back on the offensive. He trips Rollins. And now, the visionary, the architect, going for a cheeky maneuver. He removes the turnbuckle pad. Referee not going to go check it. Instead, he watches as Rollins tries again for the stomp. But a spear from out of nowhere is the one to connect, and Reigns gets the win. The pace quickened. And as I said, one mistake will cost you everything. You miss a stomp, and Roman spears you into oblivion. At this moment, I thought Rollins had come back. He was going to seal the deal, but this stomp, the miss, followed by the spear for the 1, 2, 3.
Here is your winner, the OTC, Roman Reigns.
Well, with Ober and Drew on the 6 points, Roman shrinks the gap in half to 3. And that ends tonight's affairs. Tomorrow, for night 8, we begin week 2 of the tournament with our final battles in round 2. We kick off the night, Teal Division, Julia Bailey, about there where the beautiful Madness can secure top spot in the Green Division, alongside Liv Morgan. Afterwards, Tony D, Kazuchika Okada, a battle for 3 points and to stay in the running. A similar story for the next bout, Cena, Ospreay, battle for 3 in the Gold League. And finally, to round out the evening, Stephanie Vakir, the Prospects champion, goes tete-a-tete with the greatest woman in IPW history, Fallon Henley. A night filled to the brim with beautiful action. See you tomorrow for it all. Peace out.